I spent the last 12 months obsessively testing more than 400 plus AI tools. And here's what I found. The gap between choosing the right AI tools and the wrong ones is the difference between a tenfold increase in productivity versus an entire week of wasted time. So in this video, I'm counting down the 15 AI tools that you absolutely need in 2026. And make sure you stay right until the end, because the last tool is definitely not what you would expect. Number 15, ChatGPT. ChatGPT is the AI tool most people start with, and there's a good reason it became the default. But, funny enough, the version most people are familiar with is already out of use, and ChatGPT's newer models operate on a far superior level of intelligence. The key upgrade is called chain of thought processing. Before it answers, it actually reasons, working through a problem step by step, checking its own logic, and catching mistakes before they reach you. ChatGPT also has the broadest plugin and integration ecosystem of any model right now by far. If you need your AI to connect with third-party tools, pull live data from the internet, or work inside specific platforms, ChatGPT's ecosystem is still your best bet. Number 14, Claude. Claude is what I personally reach for when the task requires either serious writing quality or working with large amounts of text. And the reason comes down to one number: 200,000 tokens. In practical terms, this means you can paste an entire research paper, a full code base, a year's worth of meeting transcripts, or a complete book manuscript, and Claude will understand all of it, reference any part of it, and maintain coherent context from the first line to the last. Also, the writing style is of a super high standard. Claude has a natural output sound compared to most models, and when you ask it to write something, like an email, an essay, a report, or marketing copy, it tends to produce text that feels like a thoughtful human wrote it rather than a robot. For coding, Claude is seriously strong at understanding and explaining existing code and generating new code. And with Claude's new agentic capabilities, it can finally go beyond passive responses, planning, reasoning, and taking actions across tasks based on your instructions. Number 13, Gemini. Gemini earns its spot because of accessibility. If you use Gmail, Google Drive, Google Calendar, and Google Docs, Gemini has access to all of it. In a practical, ask-it-anything way. You can type, "Find the email from last month where we discussed the Q3 budget," and it will find it. You can ask, "Do I have any conflicts on Thursday?" And it actually checks your calendar. You can say, "Summarize the document Sarah shared with me last week," and it pulls the document and summarizes it. Gemini also has the strongest native multimodal capabilities of the 3 LLMs. It handles images, audio, video, and text, all within the same conversation, which matters as more workflows start combining different media types. Number 12, Wispr Flow. The core mechanics of Wispr Flow are simple. Hold a hotkey, speak naturally, and release the key. Your words appear as perfectly formatted text wherever your cursor is sitting. Your email client, Google Docs, a ChatGPT prompt box, a Slack message, anywhere. There's no separate app window to manage. It just works in the flow of whatever you're already doing. But here's what separates it from basic voice to text. Wispr Flow doesn't just transcribe, it edits as it goes. Filler words get removed. Punctuation gets added automatically. Formatting adapts based on the application you're in. So it recognizes that you're writing an email versus filling in a form versus typing a prompt, and it adjusts accordingly. Number 11, SuperWhisper. SuperWhisper does the same core job, voice to text, anywhere on your screen, but with one critical architectural difference. Everything runs locally on your device. Your audio never touches a server. Nothing is processed in the cloud. For most people, cloud processing isn't a concern, but if you're a lawyer discussing client matters or anyone operating in an industry with strict data compliance requirements, cloud voice processing is a genuine liability. SuperWhisper eliminates that risk entirely. Number 10, Veo 3. Google's video generation model, and its defining feature is something no other mainstream tool does well: native audio generation alongside video. With every other AI video tool, the workflow is generate video, then figure out audio separately. It's a multi-step process that turns a 30-second clip into an hour of work. Veo 3 collapses that entire workflow into one generation. When you generate a video clip, it comes with synchronized sound effects, ambient audio appropriate to the scene, and if there's dialogue, it generates that too, with accurate lip sync already built in.
That bush just yelled at me.
Number 9, Kling. Kling has easily become the go-to for creators who generate video at volume. The image-to-video conversion is exceptional. Upload a photo, describe the motion you want, and it brings that image to life while keeping the original intact. The face in your reference photo stays that face. The product in your mockup stays that product. For anyone producing a series featuring the same character or product, this is the feature that makes continuous production possible. Number 8, Seedance 2. Seedance 2 has easily become the most controversial AI video generation technology in the world, and for good reason. What sets Seedance apart is its focus on film cinematography and movie realism, including using well-known characters like Spider-Man or Superman. Whilst most AI video generators create clips that feel glitchy, Seedance focuses on smooth motion, realistic transitions, and coherence across the entire scene. Characters remain consistent, lighting stays stable, and even subtle details like camera movement and motion blur feel believable, almost like something a human editor would record manually. In fact, as scary as it sounds, most people can't differentiate between a Seedance video and a real movie. Recently, some of the biggest entertainment giants, Netflix, Disney, and others, have gone after Seedance in court, claiming its AI video generator rips off real copyrighted content and could destroy Hollywood. Number 7, Midjourney. Midjourney has held its position at the top of AI image generation quality rankings longer than any other tool in this space, and the reason is consistency. The images have a polished, cinematic quality, rich lighting, intentional composition, and an aesthetic sophistication that other models can rarely match. And there's a lot that Midjourney offers: aspect ratios, stylization levels, chaos parameters, artistic style references, and much more, which show that there's clearly a steep learning curve. But the control you get once you understand it is game-changing. Number 6, Nano Banana 2. Most AI image generation tools still struggle to follow what you actually ask. Not with Nano Banana 2. You can give it as detailed instructions as you need: layout, composition, subject, style, and it follows them precisely. If you say YouTube thumbnail with bold centered text, subject on the right, dark gradient background, it builds that exactly. Also, this tool can generate clean, readable, correctly spelled text inside images, not just short words, but actual headlines, titles, even multi-word phrases. This really deserves all the praise, as precise, clean text is something that 99% of AI image generation tools still can't do. Number 5, ElevenLabs. ElevenLabs is one of the most useful examples of AI today, not just because it generates voice, but because it creates voice that feels truly human. All you have to do is paste in a script, choose a voice, and you get something that sounds like a real person. It also lets you clone your own voice. Record once, train the model, and you can generate voiceovers in your own tone and style without having to re-record anything. On top of that, it supports multiple languages, and you can use it for presentations, audiobooks, blog narration, voice assistants, or product demos, all legally for a profit. Number 4, Perplexity. With Perplexity, you type a question, and instead of just dumping a pile of facts or numbers, this AI does research work for you. It digs through as many reliable sources as it can and gives you a clear answer. But this is where Perplexity hits a home run. Every single claim comes with receipts. Every statement is backed, linked, and traceable to a reliable source, whether that's a scientific journal or a university study. If something feels off, you check it instantly. If you want more depth or detail, it's right there. And follow-up questions build on each other in a continuous conversation, like talking to a research assistant who's already analyzed everything. Number 3, N8N. This tool is a low-code automation platform that lets you connect any AI tool to any other tool or service through visual workflow building. You drag nodes onto a canvas, connect them, configure what triggers what, and then run the whole thing on a schedule or in response to specific events. The practical applications are as broad as your imagination. Seriously. Imagine a morning briefing workflow. Every day at 7 a.m., Perplexity searches for developments in your industry. That research goes to Claude to write a concise summary. The summary gets emailed to you before your first meeting. Zero manual work done. Number 2, Lovable. Before Lovable, if a non-technical person had a great app idea, their options were brutal. Spend months learning to code, pay thousands of dollars for a developer, or scrap it entirely. Lovable changed that overnight. Describe what you want in plain English, and it builds a fully functional web app. No, not a mock-up, not a wireframe. A real website with front-end, back-end, database, authentication, and logic, live in hours. Want a client portal where customers can log in, view invoices, and submit tickets? Lovable generates it all. Then you tweak it by talking to it. Make the dashboard cleaner, or add a search bar. No code, no terminals, no Stack Overflow. Founders, marketers, consultants, and agencies building SaaS products, internal tools, and client dashboards in a single afternoon. If this sounds like a dream come true, it is. Lovable finally makes our ideas happen. Number 1, NotebookLM. At first, you wouldn't expect a tool that comes across like a mix of Google Slides and Google Docs to be the most important AI tool of 2026, especially when looking at how insane the tools on this list have been. But wait, hear me out. Because when you actually stop to think about it, mixing AI and Google's traditional tool stack is exactly the kind of AI tool that is destined to cause mass disruption. NotebookLM operates on a completely new philosophy of doing work. Instead of searching the internet, it works exclusively with information you give it. You upload your documents, PDFs, articles, Google Docs, YouTube links, audio files, transcripts, and NotebookLM becomes an expert specifically on that material. The use cases this unlocks are insane. Preparing for a presentation with 12 research papers to get through. Upload all of them and ask, what are the 3 most contradictory findings across these studies? It'll synthesize across all 12 in seconds. Competitor analysis. Upload their investor reports, blog posts, and job listings. Then ask what their hiring patterns suggest about their product roadmap. NotebookLM takes the way you normally think, work, and interact with information, and cranks it up into something fast and fluid. Built on Google's ecosystem, it's already part of the digital world most people use, but now way more powerful. Here's the truth. It's not just about AI tools, it's about choosing the right ones. So, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and if you want to get the best results from more AI tools, click the video on your screen.